Hey, what's up, everybody? So today I want to talk some more Superman, and we are continuing Superman Reborn with part two of four. I think it's a four-part event, a crossover between Action Comics and Superman. And this week we're going to talk Action Comics 975. And this was the big issue. This was the reveal. This is we're finally finding out who this mystery Clark Kent is. After showing up in the beginning of Rebirth and towards the end of the New 52, um, we finally get the big reveal. And this video is going to be spoiler heavy, so if you haven't read this issue, read it and then come back and we'll talk about the book. So I picked up my books on Friday, and I did not want to be spoiled, so I tried to stay away from social media, especially the platforms like Newsarama and all that, because they were showing up like on Tuesday. So I was, I read it on Friday. I was completely in the dark, but as I was reading it, I mean, we basically found out who it was. And last week when I made the video, I gave my front runner, and that turned out to be the one. Mr. Mxyzptlk is the mysterious Clark Kent, and I don't know. Guessing it, like having those clues and it being so obvious, kind of took the reveal and kind of diminished the surprise for me. It's like with any surprise, if you figure out what you got, you know, a little bit of that excitement is taken away. And the way they did it, um, I don't know. It just basically Clark Kent basically transforms to uh, different Superman villains, and he keeps asking him, "Who am I? You know who I am." And Superman's kind of playing dumb. He's like, "I don't know. I don't know who you are." And then he reveals at the end that he is Mr. Mxyzptlk, which was kind of unnecessary. And I mean, basically it takes like 8 pages for them to get to this double page spread, and it's really cool. I like it. I like um I, I like the double page spread, but everything, I don't know. And plus Doug Mankey, it's basically Dan Jurgens and Doug Mankey on the first story. Um, and he looks so weird in this. Like Doug Mankey draws a weird face of Mr. Mxyzptlk, like he's, I don't know. It just doesn't look. He looks so old. Even though he's been living for X amount of years, I mean, just kind of has a creepy face. So pretty much, Mr. Mxyzptlk's plan is to basically try to get Superman to forget about his son John, because basically he kind of thinks that Superman forgot about him. He didn't want to play anymore, and basically when he needed him, he wasn't. Superman wasn't there. So that goes into the backstory. The second story actually has Paul Dini and Ian Churchill on the art, and basically is, I guess it's the moment when John was taken from Clark and Lois, and meets Mr. Mxyzptlk, and they kind of talk about, I guess, his backstory, why he's doing what he's doing, and I thought it was interesting. Pretty much, it's kind of a revenge story. I mean, the art was good. I really like this first page. The different Superman, the different versions of Superman, Mr. Mxyzptlk, and basically John is getting in the way, and John has to figure out figure out how to get out. There's also another good panel with the different versions of Superman, Mr. Mxyzptlk. But I mean, it's pretty much just kind of an explanation on why he did it. And yeah, so pretty much this was okay. Hopefully, there's more surprises. Excuse me, over the next two issues, because that page from the first part, introducing those kind of suspects, kind of kind of ruined the reveal for me. Especially the lineup. I was just kind of It was kind of a weird mix of suspects when there was one obvious one. But yeah, nothing too special. So hopefully this kind of ends on another reveal that's not spoiled, or not kind of, you know, not kind of already, you can easily guess then what's going to happen. I want a genuine surprise at the end, and hopefully this event was this crossover wasn't just to bring out Mr. Mixelplick, and hopefully there's something else that goes on to it. So that's like the main story. We're gonna talk about another book that I did not know this was a tie-in. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it, but Superwoman #8 was a Superman Reborn tie-in, which I had no idea this was even a tie-in. And after reading the issue, I still have no idea why this was a tie-in. It's pretty much kind of furthering the story with Lana, and she is kind of starting to not want to be Superwoman. She's starting to not believe in herself. She's basically dying because of her powers, and all this is coming to a head, and she just doesn't want to deal with it anymore. Um, and pretty much it takes like Lois, who's already dead, and Superman, like basically figures within her coma state and dream, kind of to um, kind of get her back on track. You have some stuff with Ultra Woman, basically Lena Luthor, but that was only for like a page. Um, there's a lot of The thing with Superwoman. There's a lot of dialogue in this book, and sometimes it can get really you can get really fatigued by how many thought bubbles you have to read. There's specifically one page that Lois and Lana were talking, and it was good dialogue, but it just, I mean, it's basically like eight small boxes, and they're just like covered with wording, like covered with dialogue. But this has been okay. I don't know why this was a tie-in. I mean, I know New Superman and Supergirl weren't put in the tie-in, so I'm not too sure why that was a tie-in. I know there was one portion where it said, "Look, go back to Superman Reborn," and I did not see anything in the first part to kind of believe that Superwoman was involved. But if anyone knows, just let me know in the comments down below, because I was just kind of confused. But so that's it, guys. I just want to kind of share my thoughts on this week's uh, part 2 of Superman Reborn. Part 3 is coming out next week. I think that's Superman #19, and we'll see how it goes. But these first two parts um, have been sort of a letdown. It's sort of a misstep um, with Superman, and I mean that happens. Crossovers aren't crossovers in my experience haven't been the strongest Superman books. It's always been the stories that are contained within the book, and they get to build on it and all that. But it is what it is. So yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Leave me some comments down below if you enjoyed the issue, if you didn't, and yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time. Peace out.